Next topic is exports and imports. In JavaScript, each and every file is considered as a module, and functions or variables inside a module can be used in another file. So for that we need to export that variable or function from the main file or from the file where it is written, and you have to import into the file where you need to use it. So this is mainly focusing on code reusability and readability. And two types of exports are there: default exports and named exports. We will see examples for both. Let's say I'm creating a function to add two numbers. That's it. And I'm using this in main file to add two numbers, 5 comma 10. I can repeat calling this function multiple times I need. So we have written both function and calling the function on the same file. Now what we are going to do is we'll create a new file with JS extension and just cut this function, paste it here, and I can save this, and I can use this function from any other file, not only inside this variables file. I can use this function in any other file if I'm exporting, and import it in the file where I need. Import square bracket function name, that is add, sorry, this is set bracket not square bracket, add from mathutilities.js so it should be inside single quote. Since the file is in the same folder, I'm using dot slash, but if the file is on some other folder we have to use the exact path. So I have created a function in a separate file, in a separate module. I have used export keyword before the function to export this function to be able to use it anywhere, and I need to import in any file where I need to use it. So I have imported import square bracket function name from math utilities. So there is an error because we have to initialize this project as modules. Type module, so only then this modules export will be enabled. See, so I have created a function in a separate file and I have exported that function to be enabling it to use it anywhere, and I have imported it and I have used it. So while calling this add function with multiple values, different set of values, I'm getting output. Now this is named exports. So we have created a function and we have imported it. There is something called default export. For example, if I need to make this default, makes this export as default export, simply a keyword export space default. So what is the speciality? A default export should be only one for a module. So all the other exports can be a named export, and a named export have to be imported inside this curly braces, and name should not be changed. That is for named exports. But in case of default export, the curly braces is not required. You can directly use the function name, that will work. Or even if I want to just change the name, that is different from here, that will also work. See, the thing is, uh, we are not using as curly braces here, so JavaScript will find that this is default export. Whatever name we give, that will go and catch this function and use that in here with this name. That's it. So this is default exports. So whether we will be able to use both named export and default export in same file, that is possible. So for named export, as usual, we need to use curly braces, multiply. So this is modules, exports and imports, and different types of imports, exports, named exports and default exports. And default export have to be only one for a module, and that is used to represent the main functionality of the module.